Meet the modern-day radicals behind it, a group of 9-year-olds armed with a bunch of rope and pictures, who at first glance seem to be setting up a huge game of hopscotch, but actually they're laying out the biggest thing to hit British schools in a century.
So the person at the front of each group now is going to be a programmable elephant. Now,
Peter Gaynard is a teacher at Histon Impington Junior School just outside of Cambridge.
They can only do one instruction at a time. You can't sort of say forward and turn to the right. Just one instruction.
Gaynard's lesson today, how to create an algorithm using something the kids can relate to. Local landmarks in their own village, like a grocery store and a preschool.
I want you as a group now to guide your person from the start position to the Tesco's and then onto the infant school.
So it should go forward,
They've done it right,
forward,
but
forward.
yes, it's
Left, 1, 2, 3, yeah.
It's part of a brand new curriculum in Britain that teaches students at every grade level how to read and write computer programs. It's a whole new set of ABCs, where the C stands for coding.
Forward, forward.
Computer coding.
This doesn't look like computer programming.
This is the sort of the precursor to computer program. This is where the children are now actually designing an algorithm, so they're actually designing a solution to a problem. So what they're doing now is free from the constraints of typing in a particular computer code and language into a machine. They're actually working out the algorithmic steps to solve this problem. So having some fun along the way.
Here's the man who started all that fun. Simon Peyton-Jones, Microsoft researcher and accidental activist.
I want them to feel empowered.
Peyton-Jones had a light bulb moment 8 years ago when he realized his own kids certainly knew how to use a computer, but barely knew how computers work. They weren't learning to create the very programs they were consuming.
I sat round the dinner table and said, what are you doing at school, as you do as a parent, and they were studying this subject ICT, and I found I could not make a connection between the professional discipline about which I'm so excited that I've devoted my professional life to it, and the subject they were studying at school.
Peyton-Jones started a grassroots organization called CAS, Computing at School.
It represents a step change in what we're asking our teachers to teach.
The goal? To create a new discipline, computing, and to teach it at every grade level.
If you don't know something about how computer systems work, so you can program them at some elementary level, then you run the risk of being the one who is being programmed. So there's a lot of fuss that led up to this.
The revolutionary manifesto that came out of all that lobbying is all of 3 pages long.
This is the new national curriculum for computing in England. It's only 3 sides of A4. This one is largely blank.
Like I said, I was expecting something a little more impressive.
It's, so I think this is impressive because it's short, right? So it says very unambiguously that every child should understand the fundamental principles and concepts of computer science.
Britain's new curriculum makes computer coding a new subject discipline, like reading and writing, starting in kindergarten. It's a bold move, the boldest in a growing global movement. Australia and Holland are adding coding to their curriculums. Most of the EU is thinking about it.
Hi, I'm Leah.
And I'm Tanya.
And we're lucky enough to be studying computer science.
Hi, I'm Tanya.
And there's a hard sell underway in the US from the president
Don't just buy a new video game, make one.
to NBA players.
I know it can be intimidating. A lot of things are intimidating.
Dozens of school districts in over 24 states are now adding coding into their curriculums. And yep, Peyton-Jones' phone has been ringing non-stop.
The change in the English national curriculum has excited immense